get the questionnaire why a new dating service wants you to spit to find your perfect match. We wish you good morning, though, as we come up on 5:30 on this Saturday. I'm Nohelani Graf. Time now 4:37, and we have exclusive new information this morning in the freeway shootings case. The only man ever charged, who was eventually exonerated, now suing the state for putting him behind bars. Terrifying crime alert for you this morning. Police believe that these sketches are the same man, pretending to be a cop and assaulting women in a park. This is just the map of the United States, and then as we zoom it in, you can see here in Arizona all of the marches that are planned here today, 14 of them, in fact. Really simply, if you've got a smartphone or a tablet, it starts like this. Go to your settings, then go to general, go to restrictions, set a password, don't share it with your kids. Once you're in there, you can block them from using things like Safari. Mesa police say that's the first thing. Don't let them use the camera so they can't send photos to people while you're not home. You can even block them from installing apps or deleting apps if they find a workaround. That crash caused traffic backups for hours. Many of you even reaching out to us to find out what happened as you were stuck. New this morning, some new numbers are showing that freezer failure at an Ohio fertility clinic did in fact crush the dreams of hundreds more families. Let me do a little scene setting for you right now. We're along Las Vegas Boulevard, where you can see police are set up at just about every side street that leads up to the Luxor here, and then you see the Mandalay Bay in the background. You can also see that window that you guys have been talking about, that police say the suspect, Stephen Paddock, used a hammer of some kind to bash out that window, and then from there, coming back down here, he had a bird's eye view right across the street here to where the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival unfolded down the street. It is a problem our state is trying to address, but it is still happening. Another wrong-way crash, and now we are waiting on the identity of the latest driver at fault. This was one of the more violent ones that we have seen. We've got a lot of red lights, especially if you're on the I-17. We've got a traffic northbound at Bethany Home. We've got a crash southbound at Glendale, and this is the parking lot that it is starting to turn into right around Camelback. It's like a scene right out of a movie. 600 inmates rioting at an Arizona prison, throwing rocks, torching mattresses, attacking guards. And now we've learned one of those inmates has died. And we are starting to see a new slowdown in the West Valley. You see the red starting to show up on the I-17 here. I want to take a live look from our ADOT camera this morning. This is a crash on the Loop 101 at Northern. You're looking in the southbound direction, but this crash is actually in the northbound direction, where you see all of those flashing lights, and you notice the HOV lane appears to be blocked at this hour, so plan ahead. That is what today is all about, is hearing more from people who made it through, who came together, who are trying to help this city that is in mourning move forward. And one way that that's happening is, complete strangers are showing up and leaving flowers, a small display here, lighting candles. We've got another one over on the corner over here of balloons popping up. People here booked their vacations. They just happened to be here, and so now they're trying to reach out in any way they can to let the victims know that they are still with them. Their hearts are with them. There also was a huge event that I want to show you video of last night. It was an open public memorial that happened at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. 400 people showed up to this when it was open to the public, and we saw strangers hugging strangers, lighting candles, beautiful flower displays, and there were also a lot of tears. And of course, that's something that we're seeing not just in Las Vegas, but across the country, as many of those thousands of people who were here for the concert came from around the country. I'm going to continue to show you as we unfold this morning ways that people are reaching out, trying to heal, and sharing their stories of what happened yesterday.
This one was taken when I got home from Vietnam.
You can always count on Grandpa for a good story.
I could tell you stories all day.
Rex Selness is the man of 1,000 stories. There's the one about how he became a teacher.
And I ended up teaching for the next 18 years.
Or the time he made a bet with a college chancellor, 3.2 GPA or drop out.
Went and I registered, and I ended up with a 3.8.
A young corporal in Vietnam.
3rd Division, 3rd Marine, India Company.
He doesn't share many of those stories.
We lived like animals.
I've got contact with some snipers.
So we became animals.
Living nightmares, really.
We'd gotten pinned for 3 days.
But when you do hear them, You see a hero in America's story.
We started bailing on, and as soon as it was done, it took off. And there was 33 of us that came off of the hill alive.
There's this one tale, though, that's a real head scratcher.
I would have an AA degree, I would have a bachelor's degree, and almost a master's, and still not have a high school diploma.
Rex was 17 when he joined the service, and remember the deal he cut for college? Finishing high school just didn't happen. So his granddaughter Jessica decided it was time to rewrite that particular ending.
So for 2 years we've been planning this out.
About it.
More like waiting it out.
Rex Selness, United States Marines, Vietnam veteran.
Rex not just crossing the stage to get his honorary diploma from Hamilton High School, but time so he graduates with his granddaughter.
I love you.
His perfect ending as Jessica starts to write her own story. Hamilton graduated 6 veterans today, including another who served in Vietnam as well as the Korean War. To date, more than 180 Hamilton High School students have gone on to join the service. At Wells Fargo Arena in Tempe, I'm Nohelani Graf, ABC 15 Arizona.